Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. I'm going to do a reading on a case that came out of New York, Suffolk County, where Rex Heuermann has been arrested as a prime suspect in a serial killing known as the Gilgo Four, where human remains were found, involving three victims? Or up to 10 victims. It's not clear from what I've read on this one. A grand jury came back with an indictment for him, and he was arrested, now being held without bail. He's a 59-year-old architect, father of two, who is basically claiming he's innocent. What's kind of stacked against him is that they found a burner phone in an area where bodies were found, and they could match DNA from a family member through that burner phone, which kind of links him to it. His cell phone could ping the towers where the murders happened, plus other towers near where he works. And I guess there was a green pickup truck that was identified, and he matches the physical description. None of this means he's the serial killer. Oh, and he's got 92 guns apparently registered to his name. And they're looking for those guns right now. Most of them held in a safe in his house. Again, none of those necessarily on their own mean that he's a serial killer or the serial killer in this case. But, when you start taking them in combination, it gets to be a little bit much to find an innocent explanation for all these coincidences. So I want to ask, what's going on with this case, and have the police got the right guy? Again, entertainment purposes only. As literally multiple people are dead over this, and somebody is about to go through a very difficult legal procedure in their life, and there'll be some people who will, if he's innocent, who will assume that he's guilty regardless of the outcome of this. For entertainment purposes only. What can you tell about this case? Okay, so we've got agreements, contracts. I wonder if these are sole agreements. Let's continue throwing and see what we've got. And we've got the Emperor. What I'm getting from this and the Two of Pentacles. What I'm getting from this is that he would go out and meet these people, I'm assuming they're women here, because the one story I did read was like a girl who looked like she was a runaway. And, maybe you go to a bar and then maybe you slip them something in their drink, because now you're going to be the king boss daddy of them. That's a way of incapacitating them. I don't know any details on these cases. I saw that he had 92 guns, but in the story I read, there's no indication of how these victims died, other than they were dismembered and I think thrown into the water, and he lives a few miles away from where the bodies were found. But I think this is basically some type of God complex, and he would meet these young women, maybe drug them at a bar or something like that, and then do something. Right now, my short answer is yes, they've got the right guy. Or at least that's what the killer was doing. In the past, the Queen of Cups. I know he's under a lot of financial stress. And I don't know if this Queen of Cups... This is like, I think... This is like emotions exploding out. Or, he might be a very cold person. They said he was in tears. Serial killers wouldn't be in tears. They would normally just sort of, you got me. Sociopaths would be like that. But this might be somebody who has emotions buried really, really deep and keeps their emotions tight. But there might be some emotional scarring that's causing this. But I would imagine that he was fairly cold-blooded. The killer was fairly cold-blooded in this. There could be mommy issues with that too, but that's what I'm getting. More mommy issues. Current situation, it's the women, preying on women, and basically, I think, to me, this is like unaliving them. This is putting him in heaven, maybe promising them gifts or giving them gifts. But I don't. That doesn't seem right. This is. I think they got the right guy. Maybe he thought he was doing these women a favor. I don't know. This one confuses me. You'll have to double back on that one. Overarching energy, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, he was probably preying on women who were vulnerable. Maybe, down on their luck, begging for food or something like that. This could be, this could be like prostitution type of thing, where women are selling their bodies to make money so that they can get by. Maybe he thought he was doing him favors, but I think this is just showing him coming along, seeming like a nice guy and giving him some money for some favors. And those favors were not good things. They were fool things that sent them on a new journey. And it probably made him feel alive. Every time he did this, it kind of set him free from whatever this Queen of Cups energy is going on with that. Outcome, Three of Pentacles, dark energy, working together. I think the killer managed to lay low for a while. Investigators found him, and now there might be a plea deal that's in the works with this one. And again, we get that Two of Pentacles, that juggling. I really think they got the right guy, and I think, yeah. Okay, let me throw quickly on this one. I just want to find out, will this guy be tried and found guilty of this? I don't necessarily like reading on topics like this. I've pulled out my obsidian and my black tourmaline and my Himalayan quartz out here, as well as one of my nicer pieces of amethyst, trying to sort of look into this, because I kind of want to look into it once and let it go at that point. And said a protective prayer for myself and burn some Palo Santo. Put up all, again, that protective prayer to protect me. All the tricks, trying to make sure that I'm protected as I read this. This is not the energy I like delving into. Okay. Will he be convicted? Rex Heuermann, is that his name? Heuermann. Will Rex Heuermann be convicted? All right. This is the card that wants to stay on the bottom. It's going to be a fast conviction. Yeah, the answer's already yes. Let's see. Yep, that's the end. He's done. Nightmare. Justice. Great prosecution on this one. And they're going to find out that he's got some sociopathy or something along those lines. But it's also fast. Yeah. They got the right guy. They've got him dead to rights. And he might try and explain something that's weird, or we'll find out there's some psychological issue, because of course there is, right? He's a serial killer. But it's not going to take the jury long. This is going to be one of those, the jury comes back in 3 hours or 6 hours or something like that, or a day or two. This is not going to be 3 weeks with a hung jury. This is going to come back very quickly. It's going to be one the analysts say, wow, they came back really quickly, which means he's either exonerated or he was found unanimously guilty. And given the amount of evidence they have against him and the compelling nature of that evidence, they're going to find him guilty of these crimes. And I'm sorry to the families of the women. I'm sorry to his family, because his family, through no fault of their own, has to go through all this. Whether he's innocent or guilty, his family's going to have to go through this, and they will suffer the long-term consequences of his actions. So, entertainment purposes only. Horrible thing to have happen. Send love and light to the victims' families and to his family, because I think they're all going to need it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.